What's going on, boys? How you doing? Optimus, Yash, Ricky, Emilio, Andrew, Gurvinder. I hope you guys had a great day. It was an amazing day at MSL. Just like the title says, Bears got a turn. I mean, Bulls have been crushing it over and over again, and now finally we had some clear direction, some clear downside, and you guys seen what we did. You said Ricky hitting 1000% plays in like half an hour, an hour. A bunch more strangles, Palantir strangle worked. Like, I'm gonna learn strangles myself tonight, just for that reason. What's up, Nils? How you doing? Great day. Just look at the chart. You can kind of tell what's happening all day. So this morning, right here, a lot of people were getting excited about this breakout. I looked at ES one time. I told you guys we're right at the call wall. I had these levels drawn out in the morning, guys. I send them to you before the market opens. So there's no reason you shouldn't have these drawings or these trend lines. What's up, Joss? What's going on? So this morning I sent the lines out to you guys. We had a call wall up here at 47.89. We got very close to it right here when SPY spiked right here out of this wedge. Seen a lot of people jumping in calls. I said be careful, the call wall's right here, and look what ensued afterwards. I took some SPY puts here from 68 cents to about 85 cents. Obviously if I held I would have had like 500% or whatever. I'm happy with my gains. I was pretty heavy. So let's get into it here. What actually happened? Why did we dump? We had the FOMC minutes today. We had XLF running for the last 3 days. One rule I have when I'm trading, one big rule, and I have always followed this since the beginning of my trading, is 3 gap ups in a row or 3 gap downs in a row. You do not buy or sell. 3 gap ups on XLF right here through resistance, another gap up, and today we actually gapped up as well. So XLF was off the table for me. I would never go long any bank or XLF today. I would only short or leave it alone. So that's the rule. 3 gap ups, I do not go long. 3 gap downs, I do not go short. I can go the opposite way, but I didn't today, obviously, on XLF. Big turnaround. People are saying the rates were raised. Why didn't banks continue going up? The reason, in my opinion, when have you seen XLF gap up 3 times in a row? You can zoom out on the chart. There's very rarely, like back here maybe, I'm not sure what happened, but very rarely does XLF gap up 3 times in a row and go to all-time highs, especially in this kind of market. So I'm thinking the price was the news was priced in already for the rate hikes. Other than that, I mean SPY. And why do I believe the news was priced in? Because another reason is yields. This is the Treasury 10-year yields. So these go up when they think that they're going to hike rates. And look at this chart. This is just the most bullish pattern ever. So we had this high set way back in May. We've been consolidating under. This whole thing was where tech rallied. When yields are coming down, tech rallies. When yields are going up, tech really struggles. There's a lot of economics underneath that. I'm not going to go over all of that. But look at this chart. It's very bullish. We tested the resistance from May, came down, came up, retested it, failed, came right back down. And if you guys go look at November 24th, without looking at the chart, I can tell you tech was probably very weak this day until we reversed down. Came back down, came back up, and now we had a bullish engulfing candle on the daily on yields. And breaking through resistance, that's like the most bullish pattern ever right there. So if yields stay above this breakout line, as long as yields are above, I'm gonna give you guys a simple number, simple 1.691. So if yields stay above 1.691, growth and tech will not get better. We will keep getting killed on this. What's up, Bookie? How you doing? 1.691 on TNX is if it holds above here, if the price action holds above here, tech and growth will continue to be weak. Until we come back down, tech and growth are going to be very hard to long. QQQ, the absolute stinker of the day. It started right in the morning, guys. It just started rolling over. I had QQQ puts from yesterday. We had $400 puts for $1.30. Those went to like 13 bucks today. Another 1000% play if you held. I didn't hold, unfortunately. I got rid of it quick. I was a little heavy. It's one of my bad habits. I get in heavy and I just get out quick. But if you had held 1000%, congratulations. Big look at this. Like, it doesn't get much more bearish than this, guys. Just ripped right through all of my supports. The next support we have on QQQ is 383.13. So just a little bit farther down. Obviously, if you guys look at the charts, 5-minute oversold, 15 minutes probably oversold. 1 hours, let's see, 1 hour's way oversold, 4 hours probably oversold at this point. Let's see, yep, 4 hours oversold. That's why I'm saying don't chase puts down here, guys, because we are due for a bounce. You'll get a better entry for your puts. 4 hours oversold. Even the daily is probably close now. So the daily is at 42 RSI, 30 is oversold. So wait, like, obviously we can still go down because the daily is not oversold, but more likely chance, more time frames are oversold. So we get a bounce either overnight now in futures or tomorrow. Very likely we get a bounce and better entries on those same puts that you would be chasing down here that are more expensive. So either futures gap, if we gap up tomorrow, it's a short. If we open flat, I don't know. If we open down, it's definitely time to take some calls, in my opinion. So gap down, calls, gap up, shorts, and flat, then we just chill and watch. That's what my game plan is going into tomorrow. IWM, absolute stinker. Again, just tore through all the levels. No pause, nothing. Well, it did pause, obviously. You guys see at these levels. Yesterday, I was pointing out on post market. If you guys were watching, there's a 50-day moving average right above us on IWM. This is either forming an inverse head and shoulders, or it's going to reject and come right back down. And what did we do? We tested the 50-day one more time today. It was at 225.99. The high of the day is 225.91. So again, we could not get over the 50-day. Complete rejection, down 3.39% on an index is huge. And right now, I wouldn't even say support is all the way down here at 214. So we still have about a 4-point move down, 3-point move down on IWM before we catch any support here. So IWM's trash. I will not be taking calls on this for a long time. If we get a fat bounce, maybe to this yellow line here at 221, I'll short IWM. ES, look at this, just falling off the screen all day. That's all I had to do all day was keep scrolling down on my screen. So I sent these levels to you guys this morning. Very clear levels from spot gamma. Call wall hit, and right after we hit the call wall, straight down. Sliced through this support, held this support for a while, then sliced right through. Fed minutes came out and just dumped it. And this was the volatility trigger at 47.34. And we just sliced right through it. Like, it was butter. Like, it's so easy. And for those traders that are new here, rate hikes are a huge, huge deal for the economy and for the stock market. It's very, very bearish for equities. And it's just very bearish overall. There's no telling how far down we can go with the rate hikes. I don't think this is the end of the bull market. I think we do need a correction, 5 to 10%, like I was saying this morning. So I was very cautious in calls. If I did want to play something long, I'd take equity instead of the calls. And you guys seen, like, Blink didn't work, BA worked, no big deal. I didn't lose 100% of my money that I put in there just because I had a tight stop loss. So that's how I was approaching it today. SQQ, we have the calls. They're up over 200% here at the close. Obviously, this is the inverse of the QQQ. If you guys look at the QQQ chart, that's what it looks like. That's why the SQQ looks like this. So we have a big bullish day today, big volume, closing above the 50-day moving average. If we get continuation tomorrow, I would be watching resistance at $7 here. All right, and if they want to dump the market even further, we can go even farther than $7. There's a big 200-day moving average up here at 870. That's if they want to make it really, really ugly. But I do believe we'll have a bounce tomorrow, maybe a little bull flag here on SQQ. I don't think the dump is done yet. Maybe a little bull flag and up here. Again, I have SQQ in my equity accounts. I have SOX S in my equity accounts. And I've been telling you guys, if you want to hedge against your long-term holdings, either puts in a what's up, Arden? If you want to take puts, that's cool. If you want to take some SQQ equity and try to time it right, that's cool. This is the inverse of tech. SOXS is the other one I have, which is the inverse of semiconductors. Just if you want to protect yourself against your long-term holdings, which I do have a lot. And I have trimmed a lot, like I've told you guys, but I'm still holding, so I want my accounts to be green always. That's why I hedge. Bitcoin, absolutely disgusting. One of the reasons we took the MSTR puts, Yash found a good strike. I like the play. Jumped in. Big head and shoulders on the weekly here on Bitcoin, and today was the day we cracked. If you guys look at SPY, the SPY daily, look at this candle. If a candle like that comes, that means risk is coming off the board. And if risk is coming off the board, crypto is definitely coming off the board. So if we close this week, obviously there's still 4 days and 3 hours to go. on this week on Bitcoin, so a lot can change. But for right now, that looks like a meaningful break. It looks like it's breaking through quite nicely. If you look at the daily here, we're getting a lot of volume. It's a convincing break. It's not like it's just peaking below and it's going to bounce right below, back above. Right now on Bitcoin, I see it dumping a little bit more, maybe a little bounce, oversold, bounce back to back test this, and then we could probably get short again. So that's my plan on Bitcoin. If we do get more of a dump, we can back test it, and I might even get short on Binance. TNX, obviously I told you, bullish engulfing, breaking resistance, closing above. Everything is bullish on yields, which means everything is bearish on tech and growth. Unless we come back down and try to fill this gap down to 163, 1635, then this can continue going and market can stay weak. VIX, big old green candle, up 16.6% today. I've been warning you guys about this as well. So usually on the VIX, what happens is a big spike, then we roll off. This is when the market starts going up, VIX starts going down. We get compressed down here for a couple days, and then a big pop happens. Same thing here. Compressed, big pop. Compressed, big pop. Right? So that's what we're watching for on the VIX. Looking for follow through. Let's see if we get a little bit more volatility in here. VIX is very, very low for the amount of move that we had today. I mean, SPY down 2% almost, and VIX is only at 19. So imagine if it comes back and retests this 35 high, where will SPY be? Probably around here somewhere, at least 450-ish. So if VIX wants to continue up and retest highs, I'd say SPY has a lot more downside to go. I'd say, like I said this morning before any of this all happened, I told you guys on voice chat, 5 to 10% correction is due for SPY. We haven't had one in a long time. So let's see if we get that follow through to the downside. You have to learn to play every market. I know a lot of people are addicted to calls. A lot of people only like going long, but you have to get used to trading both ways. There's markets where you have to be a bull. There's markets where you have to be a bear. And then there's markets where you have to just step away from the screen. Right now it's time to be a bear in my opinion. Tomorrow we might see a bounce just to sell the rip, short the rip. I'm not buying the dip anymore for a while. Tesla here, big gap up, made money on the calls here. Didn't touch it yesterday. Today was a perfect day for puts. This morning was a complete fake out for shorts. Why do I say that? I have my line at 1150. Obviously not exact, whatever. 1150 was my level. Above there I was bullish. Below there I was bearish. And it just kind of chopped around, scared out some shorts here, scared out some shorts here, and then right here, if you took shorts, perfect. Goldman Sachs called it a beautiful play this morning. The thing I didn't like about Goldman Sachs play, I think he was a little early. I think he called it out like first 5 minutes or 10 minutes, and then right after that it ripped, so he had to sit through pain. Not a lot of people can do that. Obviously, he knows what he's doing. That's why he held on. But just for me, as long as it was over 1150, I was not going to short this thing. It's a called stock, right? It can go either way. But after we broke under 1150 and held under 1150, it was very obvious short. A lot of people in the group made a lot of money, so congratulations. HK crushed it. I think Bookie crushed it. Gurvinder maybe. Some other people crushed it, so congrats on Tesla short. Those puts that Goldman called out, Yush crushed them as well. And just absolute killers. I have all these lines on Tesla. There was a gap to fill below 1117. As soon as we cross 1117, this yellow line here, I told you guys it's going to flush. And look what it did. Straight down all the way, 1082, filled the gap, and then a big $10 bull candle. So right now, Tesla is right on the gap fill. So chances are, the probability is to the upside. It might dump down more to 900 if you zoom out to the weekly. But right now, since we're so oversold, actually Tesla had a big pop. Let's see if it's... Yeah, so Tesla 4 hour isn't even oversold yet, guys, so I wouldn't touch this one long or short right now. Probability is to the upside just because it filled that whole gap. And now let's see where it goes from here. MSTR, same kind of pattern as Bitcoin. Obviously, all they do is Bitcoin. Michael Saylor's a nut. Head and shoulders here, clear neckline break. I didn't catch it on this one. Came back up here. I think we bought it around here somewhere. We took the $500 puts for $13.50. Today I sold half for $27. I think Yash sold some for about 100% as well. Congrats. And right now the next level for MSTR is 470 for me. So if Bitcoin continues to dump, I think there's no other option for MSTR. It's going to go to 470 at least. And if it gets under 470 by chance, you can go all the way to 430. So those puts should be very handsomely in the money. If we do get a 470 touch, let's see what happens. Uber, So Ricky took puts this morning, gave me a little confirmation on my trade I took yesterday. I didn't really call it out. What happened here on Uber? So last time we had this big rip here, rejected off this trend line that I have drawn from a long time ago. And then we pulled back for like 5 straight days. We even lost a 50-day before it bounced a little bit, right? So today we touched that same channel, very bullish in the morning. Buyer exhaustion happened, which means there's very few new people jumping in. And shorts just jumped all over it, especially with the weak market. High of the day was 40, almost 46. Low of the day was 42. So very volatile for Uber today. We did reject the top of the channel. We did close below it, but we did close above the 8-day. So what I want to see tomorrow is follow through on Uber. And if we have the same kind of pattern as we did on November 5th, we have like 4 or 5 down days. Those puts should be in the money or very close to the money. I haven't sold a single one. I'll be holding. I think I'm up like 60, 70% or something. Let's see what happens. I fully expect us to be in the money, which is $41 by Jan 28th. If the market continues weak, we could get a lot more even. So let's watch where Uber goes from here. I'm holding them all. I am bearish on Uber right now just because of that channel. Airbnb, absolute collapse. So Oscar was saying this morning, I want to take puts on Airbnb. The reason I said no was because we were holding above 172. I said as soon as 172 breaks, take them. So I hope he took them. I hope he's holding them because as soon as 172 broke, let me show you. So 172 is that yellow line right there. He was asking me up here. I said, I don't see a reason to take puts. I said, wait till 172 breaks. He broke down under 172 and just downtrend all day. And end of the day, big volume selling. So another thing is, like, we just went over a lot of stuff. Everything looks bearish. Everything's this. You don't ever want to buy puts in the hole, guys. If you buy puts when stuff is already down this much, you're going to pay so much for them, first of all. And second of all, I can't even talk. When you pay so much for them, when the VIX comes down, like say you're in a short, if the VIX comes down, that means the calls are going to get, or the puts are going to get cheaper by themselves. So your break even point is going to be much, much lower. Let's say if you bought Amazon 3,100 puts today, right? I don't know, let's put a random number on them, $50, $50 for 3,100 puts, right? If the VIX comes off, if the VIX starts going down, VIX goes down, automatically those puts are going to lose value just because volatility is decreasing. Those 3,100 puts, they're going to cost, instead of $100, they're going to cost $70. So then your break-even point is completely different from when you entered the trade. So wait for your bounces, wait for proper entries on these puts. Don't FOMO in. It's just like longs. Like if you see a stock going straight up in a line like this, you're going to see the IV, you're going to see premium increase. Those calls are going to be way more expensive. Wait till it consolidates here, and then you can catch the next leg. Just wait. Be patient. You don't have to jump in right away. You're not going to miss anything. But Amazon is disgusting. I'm not going to, this is a very gross chart. It didn't participate when the market was strong. So it might participate when the market is weak. So this is very, very clear head and shoulders for me on the daily. And if we do break down here, I see Amazon at least testing this low over here, which is at 31.76. So you can see 31.75. That's a very ugly chart on Amazon. If we continue to the downside, 31.76 would be my target on puts. Other than that, I mean, there's no reason to go long this right now. I would just take it off my screen if you're not playing puts. Boeing, we had equity yesterday. I took equity for a reason. I just, like, this new year, I've been looking over a lot of stuff from last year. My trades that I take, calls, lots of the time I'm right, but I need more time on them. I'll take the wrong contract, or I'll take lottos instead of taking 3 weeks out, 4 weeks out. So this year, I'm thinking I'm only going to take my most highest conviction plays as options. I'm going to trade equity otherwise. Like, I mean, I still make a ton of money. It's much safer. I don't have a premium decay. I don't have anything wrong with equity. So Boeing yesterday at 212, I jumped in equity. I jumped in a ton of equity. Today we were selling at 218.50. I said $5 is enough for me on a day. I mean, $6 is enough for me in a day. We sold at 218.50 this morning. And just that was almost the top. 218.50 we sold. I called it out in the chat. It went up another 40 cents or so, and then just came right back down, and it closed at 212. So this could be, we did close above the breakout point, which is bullish. If the market turns tomorrow or bounces, BA is one that could run. So keep an eye on BA tomorrow if the market bounces. If the market is weak tomorrow, BA can break this resistance, and there can be a lot of downside. I see 206, 207 trading on BA if the market continues weak tomorrow. Snow. So I put snow on here. I'm not in snow. The only reason I put snow is growth stocks are getting smashed. I told you guys yields are up. When yields are up, growth and tech get smashed. Snow is a possible candidate. It should at least test the 200-day, which is down at 287. If market continues weak, which I think it does, the yields are showing that it wants higher. 287, and then under 287, we can even go down to 250, guys. So keep an eye on snow for a short. These growth names are going to get crushed if yields stay up. Same thing with UPST. We used to be at around $400, guys. We're trading at 123. So people that are in UPST, they're averaging down right now. They're buying the dip. They're thinking, oh, UPST can't go any lower than this. UPST can't go any lower than this. Market's going to show them it can go lower. UPST right now, if it breaks under today's low, I see it going to 108, and then under 108, it can go to $80. UPST Snow, growth names to watch for shorts. Dawkin is a growth name to watch for a short right here. It's just Hing over. Like I showed you guys, this is a very, very bearish pattern. Basically what they do is they sell it off completely, oversold, bounce, and then they go and lose the low. It's called an H pattern. What else is there's SE just getting destroyed. This is one of my favorite companies. I'm still long equity in this one. I will be looking to add, but not anytime soon, not until conditions improve. There's no reason for me to buy here at 184 and then buy again at 160, then buy again at 130. And then if it goes to 100, I'm like, oh, I wish I had more money to average down. No, I'll just wait till it bases. I'll wait till it changes some kind of direction, yields go down, something like that. And then I'll buy SE. Like, why would I just randomly buy here, right? SE is one. A bunch of cloud companies are great shorts. You see Team was one of the strongest companies in the market right now, and it's just getting smoked. I mean, in the past, not right now. Twilio is another one you can look for a short right here. It's about to lose its low. Underneath 235, it can flush completely. Today we closed a little bit above 235. Hubs is another cloud company you can watch. Net is already destroyed. It's just losing support after support. Just like Net is one of the best internet companies in the market, and look what they did to it. Just absolutely crushed it. 222 all the way to 103, and I'm talking about one of the fastest growing companies in the market here. You got CrowdStrike. So all these companies that are growth companies, when rates go up, these are going to get smoked. As you guys are seeing, they're already smoked. People think they can time the bottom, they'll see something here. CrowdStrike getting smashed. S is another cybersecurity company, gross. MQ, another one. SQ, another one. Like, they're just smashing these things. All the growth companies are going to come back down to earth. Where is Earth? Nobody knows. They're contracting. If you guys know anything about fundamentals, they're contracting PEs right now. Stocks that we're trading at, that's exactly what's happening with Amazon, most likely. Amazon's trading at like an 80 PE or something. The normal company on the S&P trades at a PE of 20, I think. 15 to 20, I believe. And if they want to contract everything down there, they're going to contract everything down there. So Amazon's one of the highest. Another one that's really, really high is Shopify. So Shopify should be getting smoked. There it is. Head and shoulders, breakdown. This one has a lot more to come down. Melly is a high market cap. So look for price to earnings. If you guys want to find good shorts in this kind of environment, growth is getting smashed. Go on FinWiz, type in high PEs, look for those stocks, and short them until the yields come down. That's all I have for you guys today. Don't get too bullish, don't get too bearish. Let's see what tomorrow brings. We are way overdone to the downside. Let's see if we get a bounce overnight or tomorrow, and we will see what happens at open. I'll see you guys later.